Welcome back to What's Your Poison? And this man, who I secretly love a lot, and he'll attest to the fact I've been hounding him for the longest time, like a mosquito. Biting at your ass like a mosquito to get you on here.
Mm.
I know how busy you are, and
Yeah,
Heavy
brother.
K, it's a pleasure to have you here, man.
No, brother, man. It's always love, man. It's always love. I got love for you, brother. You got my support, man. It's all love this side. And thanks for having me, brother.
We got a mutual brother, hey, in Trezor.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
How did you meet him? I mean, that guy is something special, eh?
No, definitely, man. It's something special, because I think I met Trestle at this other gig. I think like 5 years or 6 years ago. I heard him sing. He was performing. It was before he blew up. It was before he got big, actually. So I just heard his vocals, man. I was like, bro, this sounds crazy. Like, I feel like we should do something really awesome together. And then yeah, from there but he knew who I was. But me at that time I didn't know who he was. So I just went to him. Was like, brother, what's your name, man? Like, I've heard you perform. It's crazy. And then ever since then, we just became good friends, man, very close. And then he started telling me his story of how he came to South Africa. What
I
he's been
mean,
through.
isn't that
Yo,
story just crazy?
bro, I'm telling you, I was inspired, and actually, I was very emotional at the same time because it's a very touching story that I feel like a lot of people need to hear. I feel like whenever it's ready, he should also like share that. Because I was inspired, brother. It's an amazing story, and now look where he is right now. And then we've been through all that. You
I'll
know,
tell you something that's really amazing about that guy. And despite his history, when I first met him many years ago, it was a long time
yeah,
ago. He was still on the come up. He he met me. I think I can't remember what we were working on, maybe the Psalmers or something. And he asked me for a meeting. And he didn't know me from a bar of soap.
yeah.
And he came to this meeting and he showed me he had written a 10-year plan for his career, how he wanted to start with music, then he wanted to have his own label, and he wanted to expand into entertainment, and he wanted to invest in different businesses. And it was like thorough. It was very well thought out, and he wasn't like messing about. He was serious about it, and he wanted to have a conversation with me and say, "I don't know what it is about you, just made me want to have this meeting and talk through this plan." And I'm watching this guy live out this plan, and it's phenomenal.
Mm, definitely, definitely, brother. So I really think Trestle is something special, and I just still feel like many hasn't reached his peak, man. Much as I also haven't reached my peak, I feel like
True that.
people still gonna feel Trestle's wrath. I think when it's time, when God
Mm.
says yes, because the guy is amazing, man. I feel like he should have been getting more recognition than he's getting now, But it's okay because sometimes it's never about that. It's never about that kind of attention. It's all about as long as you have loyal people following you in all of that. But I just feel like he's still gonna blow. He's still gonna go, man, crazy. And he's
Mm.
very international. He's very We did a song together called Celebration, bro. It was the biggest song I ever did in Africa. Like the biggest song, like an anthem. It
Cool.
was a song of the year, almost in 8 countries. You understand? And even I got a call from Davido as well. Like, hey, bro, I wanna jump on this.
Wow.
Yeah, we got Davido on the remix, man. We got a Davido
So
on the
cool.
remix. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And when I saw you last, it was around we did a whole sort of MTV episode about COVID. But what I see is how hard it is to nail you down. You're obviously busy as heck again.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Okay. Basically, brother, as I've said before, I always try to keep myself busy, because a negative mind can never give you a positive life. You understand?
Hmm.
So that's what I'm all about. So ever since the last time we spoke, I've been working. I dropped my album, if you remember. So the album is doing very well. My single is doing very well. It was number one the number one most played song in South Africa for like 3 weeks. Number one played music video currently. It was number one on iTunes. So ever since our meetup, bro, God has been on my side, man. It's been awesome. It's been awesome because really I'm doing very well, even though the shows are still limited. But I'm working, bro. I'm pushing. I've been gigging. I haven't slept. This is like the 15th or 17th, if I'm not lying, day without me sleeping. With me only sleeping like 2 hours only.
You
Like
got a gig tonight still. Hey, after this,
I
you
got a
still doing
gig.
an
Tomorrow I got
yowza.
a gig. Saturday I got a gig. So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, but we're not complaining, because that's what we prayed for,
Mm.
yeah, to be busy.
I want to dig a bit. I mean, I want to talk a bit about your come up, but let's do the honors first. And I just want to explain to you. First of all, ask you. This show is about what are your naughty vices? What are the things you like to do to keep you going?
All right. Okay, man. So basically, the things that I do to keep me going. So, like in any way, not based on my career, just me as a person. Things that keep me going as a person every day, or things that are based or like on my career. Is that your question?
No, I'll tell you mine.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the thing? What are your things that are bad for you that you do?
Oh, now I get you. Okay, first of all, um, smoking herb. I love smoking herb. You know, I don't sleep. I don't like sleeping. I don't sleeping. Sleeping is not good for you. And then obviously, you know, man. You know,
Okay, I want to tell you. I want to
whiskey.
tell you.
My whiskey keeps me going, brother. You know.
I want to tell you about this whiskey because here's the idea. I actually we choose a whiskey specifically for the guest,
Yeah.
and so what you've got there. Just show the bottle there, if you don't mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yum. So this is a classy premium whiskey that we got you there. It's called, I can't even pronounce it. It's Scottish. Bruich Laddich, the classic laddie. And why
Mm.
it made me think of you was, first of all, it's in a big, friendly-looking bottle.
Yeah.
If you take the bottle out, you'll see it's
Yeah,
quite it's got it's quite a big
it's in
bottle.
a heavy bottle.
It's in a heavy bottle.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about it: inside that bottle,
Yeah.
class. This is a
Mm.
super premium whiskey, super rare, and it's also got real legacy in it. The distillery started in 1881, so it's a big, friendly looking bottle, a big,
Yeah.
heavy, friendly looking bottle, but inside is something serious.
Something very
So
special. Yeah. Mm.
so so should we open our bottles and give it a crack? I would love to know
Okay,
what you
brother.
think it tastes like.
Okay, brother. Okay,
Yeah,
brother.
let's do it.
Mm.
I like the packaging. What? Oh, nice. By the way, you see, look at that.
Wow, man. This is beautiful. This
Yeah,
is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Should I
I
open it
love that
now?
book.
Can I open
Yeah,
it now? Finally.
that's this absolutely. This is what it's all about.
Bring me a glass there.
The idea
Let me
is
open it.
after you've had a couple of sips of that, you're going to start telling me some real stories that you can regret tomorrow.
Ah, brother. I'm telling you, when you're drinking something like this, there are no even regrets, brother. No even regrets. Zero regrets. Bring me my tonic water there. Oh, okay.
So don't do me a favor, smell it. Tell me what it smells like. Oh, a classy glass for a classy dude.
It's life. This is what is called life. You see, my brother. This is the whiskey that says, "I have arrived." You know, God has blessed me. Now I'm here. You know, let me have a sip without the
Okay.
tonic first. Ah, refreshing, brother. Amazing, amazing. Give me my tonic water there.
Nice. So this comes from, I don't know if you know that shop, Whiskey Bros, in Hyde Park. It's like all the coolest, rarest, raddest whiskeys. That's where this is from.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, man, it's awesome. Where's yours, brother? I can't see. I can't see your glass.
Cheers to
Cheers.
you, man. And really, I'm really honored that you did the show for me, and
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you on it.
No, bro. Definitely. Definitely.
Heavy, what is so interesting about you and why I've been following you for so long is you are, in my opinion, a truly self-made. I mean, you've got some grit in you, and
Yeah.
your story of how you got where you are is quite unbelievable. First of all, I'm also from Port Elizabeth. That's where I was born.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're
Okay, I
brothers from the
didn't know
Eastern
you.
Cape as
Oh,
well.
so we are homies. We are
We're homies,
homies.
yeah.
Aye. Sure,
But
brother.
I really think your career has not been easy.
Yeah.
And I see you. I know that you're a part of, as DJ Fresh calls it, Mosquitonomics. The
Yes.
economy created from Mosquito as well. Can you tell me a bit about where you come from and your journey into this quite tricky and confusing music industry that is full of good and
Yeah.
bad people?
Definitely. Okay, man. First of all, I must say it's been an amazing journey. I feel like I haven't done anything, and I know I'm grateful. Not that I'm not grateful, for what I have now or for where I'm at now, but I feel like I still have a long way to go. But so far, bro, ever since 2006, it's been an amazing journey. I have no regrets. I've made mistakes, you know. I've learned. I've learned, uh, and at the end of the day, if I'm gonna have regrets, then it means I'm gonna start living in the past. So
Mm.
I take them as mistakes that I've learned from. I've made bad decisions.
What do
But
you
it's been.
wish you knew? What do you wish you knew then that you know now?
Uh, I just wish I should have been brave enough if I knew at that time to go independent. You understand, and whatever. But no disrespect to Mosquito or anything like that. This is something personal. There's nothing to do with that. I don't regret anything that my path had to go through him, because either way, even if I was independent, I was still gonna need their guidance and help. So I take Mosquito as a person, that is actually gave me a platform and helped me, in so many ways. So I feel like with his heart, I feel like even if I was independent, if I should have approached him and say, I need help, I need advice, he's that kind of guy. He has a very,
Mm.
very kind of heart. Yeah. So for me, it's that, so, and another thing at the same time, something that I wish I knew is that sometimes when it's your time, when it's your hype and all of that, you might think other people, they are there because of they love you, or they are there because of they truly believe in you. They are there only because of they think that time you're the biggest thing, and they're there for their own benefit. And then you realize later that no, these people were never here because of they care. They were here for whatever reason. So right now I'm at a very good point of my life, man. So I sense all those kind of energies. I'm awake and whatever. I was a young boy. I made it when I was 21. You understand me? I made my first million when I was only 21 in music. You know,
Wow.
so I it was so overwhelming for me. Being used to living with 500 almost the whole month and whatever, and then speed up 6 months down the line, I have a million in my account. And it started. For me, it started being, it was hard for it to sink in, but what I'm proud of, I was able to start with my parents, make sure my parents are okay,
You
you
bought your
know
dad a house.
yeah, yes, and the car, so
Wow, and a car.
Emma series, I bought my dad an Emma series. you
that is
know
that is class, bro. You
Yeah,
deserve that whiskey.
because and this is the crazy part. My dad used to ride a bicycle. He was riding a bicycle, man, every day for 18 years, raising me, riding a bicycle, going to work every day. When it's raining, he'll wear a raincoat.
What did he do?
He never. He was he used to what's this thing of welding, he was a welder, so he's a handyman, my dad, so he's one of those guys. So he was helping with busy with welding. He used to do, like, even now he still does it, but for as a hobby now, to create like gates, people's gates, and all those kind of things, so he's that kind of guy. So he used to do that, so for 18 years going there, So what I respect about him is what I heard from my mother when the other day they were talking, He was like, my mother was like, I know we've been through a lot together. You've been a great husband. You had your mistakes, yes, but one thing that I respect you for, you've never ever let your kids down. Even when you were feeling sick, even when sometimes you cough blood. Me, I'll say let's go to hospital. You say no. You take your bicycle and you go to work. Try to make sure these children, they have food on the table. So it was very emotional for me now seeing the same kid that he raised with a bicycle being able to buy him his own car, and not just a car, a Mercedes Benz. You understand? So that's powerful, bro. That's emotional. That's inspirational. That's beyond measure. And for me to be alive to experience that, you know, um, for me, it's humbling, bro. It's very humbling.
Do you think you have his work ethic?
No, I do. I do. I'm a hard worker. I don't even like quick money, brother. Like, I don't even get excited when people come to me like, hey, okay, we can make a lot of money. Yeah, yeah, we can press it. That's 3 times, and we make so much money. Me, I'm always skeptical, bro. I always want to feel like I've worked for something, because I know like that. If it comes like that, then also me, I feel proud. I feel like I know that I've put so much energy and effort into this, So going back to the Mosquito thing and DJ Fresh. So I come from a city called Port Elizabeth, which is a very difficult city to be in if you are doing music, because there were no role models. All the role models go and live in Joburg, and
Mm.
where I come from a township, called Fear Plus, a very rough, a very very rough township, where those you can't just walk wherever, how you like or wherever. It's hectic, So everything that I used to see every day used to be crime, people killing each other, seeing someone getting shot as a kid in front of
How
me,
old were you when you saw
yeah,
that?
I was like 15, 16, seeing someone getting
Sheesh.
banned, or else you're going to take out the trash, you see a dead body, those kind of things,
Wow.
So that's the kind of environment I grew up from. But my mom always tried by all means to protect me, and wherever she is, wherever she is, well, she's no longer with us. I'm still grateful, man, every day, because she used to protect me and she used to tell me, she says to me, my child, I think we living here for a reason, not for you guys to do these things that are happening here, for you guys to learn and you guys to work hard so that your kids don't have to grow up in an environment like this. If we also had a choice, we should have moved a long time ago, but we don't. That's why we're living here, So, and at the same time, now this place is part of you, because this is where your childhood memories are, So that's the experience that she had, and I kept it in me, and I told myself that I'm gonna be a scientist. I'm gonna change my parents' life. I'm gonna make sure that I work hard and make sure whatever. But that time, as a scientist, I had no idea about music or I wanted to do music. But I always liked music. So it was a weird way for me to start making music because my brother sent me to this other guy to go get movies with a USB. I get to this guy's place. There's a big sign on the door. It says, "Do not knock."
Do
So
not
me,
knock.
yeah, do not knock. So me, I'm there, confused. You know, I'm there confused that what am I supposed to do? And I'm a kid that time. I'm 15. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, because me, I want to go back home and play PlayStation or whatever. And now I'm here stuck because my brother, sent me to get movies. So I'm like, okay, I'm not supposed to knock. I'm not supposed to do anything. Then how am I supposed to get these movies, man? And eventually the guys opened, they opened the door. So they opened the door. So at the end of the day, when I got inside there, when I got inside there, bro, I don't know. And for some odd reason, that was also a shack because I also come from a shack. If you know, there's a picture of me, in a shack and the picture of my shack where I started. Everything started in a shack. I did my first album in a shack. That album that made me 1 million in 6 months, it was created fully in that shack.
Wow.
Do you understand? Where I had every reason to give up, where I had every reason to complain about what I have or what was around me, and make excuses and be like, oh, I can't make it because I'm in a shack, or I can't make it because of my parents are poor, or anything like that, But it happened. But when these guys opened, and then this other guy was on a piano, this other guy was playing a guitar, this other guy was singing. Actually, there was no drums, they were singing. So all of a sudden, this guy was like, "Boy, I'm using the same computer that I use. I use it for movies and all of that. I use the same computer for recording people and making music. So I cannot give you the movies until I'm done with the session. So I need to continue and finish with the session. So I had to sit there and watch. But that was the moment for me. That's when God came to my ear and whispered, and then it was like, "This is your path. This is who you are." That's the beginning. Weird like that. From
But
being a scientist, that transition, it was, and then I was like, I
wasn't
was
that
ready.
scary if you'd set your mind up to be a scientist because you wanted to make sure you weren't living in those conditions to go to music? It's not an obvious career path.
Yeah, but to me it was obvious at that time. I don't know why. Hence I'm saying that for me that was a breaking point because as soon as that feeling came to me, said make music. I'm telling you, John. Maybe past 2 weeks, bro, I was already crazy about that. Every time I come back to school, I close myself in my brother's room and I installed the program because my brother didn't know. And that
What
computer
was
used
it?
a Pentium
Fruity
2.
Loops,
Yeah, it was Pentium 2, Fruity
Pentium
Loops 3,
2,
Fruity Loops 3, yeah.
Fruity
That
Loops
computer was
3, yeah.
Pentium 2. And Pentium 2 is the worst computer ever if you want to produce it. It was slow, brother. So I used to do that and then I don't tell my brother, and then I delete the program. I hide everything from him. When he comes back to work, he finds his computer okay. That's how actually I learned how to fix computers. Yeah, that's how I learned how to fix computers. By the way, that's how I've known. That's how I've learned to build a computer from scratch. Me, all my computers, I don't need anyone. I go there. I'll tell you which motherboard, everything that I need. Because of that, I never went to school for that. So because of I used to be scared of my brother. And then one day he caught me. He came back early from work. It was my day. And then he caught me doing it. And he was like, "Hey, which song is that?" I'm like, "What? Which one?" The one who's playing, play, man. I wanna turn up the volume, man. Turn up the volume. I'm like, "Okay, cool." I turn up the volume. He's like, whose song is this? I'm like, "This is my song." He's like, I like. I'm like, "Yes." It's like, how? I'm like, "No, I made it with this program. Just that I was hiding this from you." He was like, "Don't ever hide this from me."
Ah,
And he took the song and then he played it, in his car the whole time, like every day. And that thing inspired me. I was like, "Oh, my big brother is loving my song. Let me do more." You know. Until this other fool that I used to look up to told me that music is not for me. Hey, bro, I almost deleted my all my songs. I'm
sorry.
telling
Say that last part again. What?
I'm saying until this other fool that I used to look up to told me music isn't for me.
Who is
It's
this
not.
person?
There's a guy called Mbiwe, man. And he was my mentor that time, and he was like, no, of course. Like, maybe give yourself another 10 years. I'm like, oh shit, another 10 years, and I went home. So, lucky enough, there was a DJ called DJ Smith. He used to play at this tavern that my brother used to go to. It was like literally like 8 minutes from, and I'm lying, 6 minutes from my house. So this guy was a resident DJ. So this guy, he was so obsessed with playing different songs and new songs that other people don't have. So he
Hmm.
used to come to me and collect all these whack songs of mine that I thought they were whack at that time. But for some odd reason, he was playing them and they were killing it in the dance floor, at the tavern. So this guy comes this week to collect music from me, and then he gets there. He's like, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. He always gets to my house with hype, like, yeah, 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 heavy, heavy. What's new? What's new? Was they used to make beats every day because I was learning, and then I was like, no, I didn't make any beats this week. He was like, what happened? Why? I'm like, no, I don't think this music thing is for me. And then he's like, you're crazy. You're pambana. That's in Kosa means you're crazy. That's how you're pambana. They think, why? After you crazy. What you mean? What music? At my man, please, please, please give me new songs, man. No. Mbiwe told me that I'm not good enough. And then he was like, you know what? Screw Mbiwe. He's crazy. Do your thing, my boy. You're not going to quit because of that guy. The song I'm playing there, they're putting fire. That's why I keep on coming. If your music was whack, I was not going to come back every week to come collect music from you. So just do it, bro.
Isn't that if that guy had not come to your house on that day, you may have never have had a career in music.
Probably. Because I don't know who was going to save me from that. I don't know who was. Maybe I was gonna change my mind later, but I wanted to delete everything because I was so heartbroken. Because you understand that this guy, I used to look up to him so much,
Mm.
not until that time. Because if now he tells me that I'm not good, obviously I believe it. You know?
Jeez, that's crazy. I must tell you, do you know who Derek? Do you know Derek Gripper at all, by any chance?
No, 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 I don't.
Derek Gripper is a guitar player from Cape Town who is
Yes.
considered globally to be one of the best guitar players in the world. And what put him on the world map is that he actually transcribed all the African kora music over the guitar, and it
Yes.
blew up. And even now, I've gone to watch him play in London, in the Globe, with the best guitarists in the world there. Now, why
Wow.
I'm telling you the story is that my brother was a very a sort of up and coming, well known guitar player many years ago, and he saw Derek Gripper play when Derek Gripper was just starting, and he took
Mm,
Derek aside and he said to him, "Derek, stick to your other instrument, man. Guitar is not the instrument for you."
mm,
And and now Derek is like globally recognized
mm.
as one of the top guitar players. So I mean, it just takes one person to either
Yes.
derail you.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
And then Mosquito, how did you? So what is this? I mean, I've worked with Mosquito actually many years ago. I think in like 2010, I was doing work with
Yes.
him. But he's an enigma. What is he like?
Um. Okay. First of all, Mosquito, he likes focused people. He doesn't like mixing himself with people who have no direction. He's very strict, but at the same time, very understanding. He doesn't make it difficult for you to speak to him. He doesn't
Mm,
really take himself as an old person too much. He's able to be young and being able to understand us. He's an awesome guy, man. He's just have a very, very good spirit, and he has this winning spirit with him of believing that everything is gonna go well, everything is gonna be fine, everything is gonna be awesome. He never backs down. So that's the kind of people, a person that you also like to have next to you as a mentor. Because
mm,
as a mentor, because Mosquito never he never sees impossibilities, just like me. That's why me and him we clicked because he used to say Heavy is so passionate and Heavy
mm.
is inquisitive. He's always inquisitive. If he doesn't understand something, he always asks. So working with him has been awesome because also at the same time, it allowed me to be myself. Even though we have disagreements there and there, especially when it comes to which song we make as a first single. He was always have his own opinions. Like no, this one. Me, I would be like no, this one. So it will be those kind of things. You know.
And can you tell me a bit about your move to independence?
Okay.
Because, yeah, I mean, the that's a
Okay.
toughie.
Yeah, I feel like I've paid my dues. I've paid my dues, and I've been in the industry. I've been working with other people. First of all, with Mosquito and them, Mawuta, Spikiri, jokes, Bruce, my fellow big brothers, at Kalawa. And I've learned a lot from them, actually, but also them from the start, they were very surprised when I told them that I have my own company. Like, I don't want them signing me direct. I want them to license my stuff through them.
Where did you
So
get
from
this idea
there,
from? Because that's very forward thinking.
yeah, exactly. That's forward thinking, but why? It's because of steel. You remember what you asked me when you said, "Do I have the same work ethic as my dad?" I said yes, because me, other artists they while you're an upcoming artist, but they thought they were too sexy. Me, I used to be like I'm the crazy one, or I was a groupie. If Black Coffee is around, I'll try by all means to connect with the promoter that is bringing him, and I'll ask the promoter way before the event and say, I just want a moment with this hot man, I just want to speak to him and just understand the industry. Pity enough, lucky enough, I was loved by some of the guys there that had clubs, because they used to love me because I was this DJ who always asked to play for the chairs before it gets packed. I used to play at that time, and then when it's packed, I don't play, because they didn't trust if I'm good enough at that time. So, but me, I didn't care. As long as I'm gonna be close to Black Coffee or be close to Mosquito or whoever, get us so that I can start talking to them and ask them history. So Black Coffee advised me, was like, no, you need to
I